What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, peanut, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Newsday Tuesday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. It's Newsday Tuesday. Okay, here's a clip from I've Had It. I went on this podcast as well the other day.
Oh my God, Mr. GQ. Pumps, go ahead and get it out of your system.
Oh my God, I loved it. Loved the bubble bath. Here's the deal, Hassan. You're the only person, like I hate everybody that posts their workouts on the internet. I hate everybody that posts their outfits of the day. I fucking like yours every single day because you're so cute and so smart and so everything.
I do it for you specifically. So that's why I do it. There was a part 2 to this.
I mean, he's so smart.
Oh, wait. This is funny. I think this was like after I had logged off, but because I needed to stay on, if you've ever done one of these things, you need to stay on the software so that they can upload on their end. So I could hear them talking. I could literally hear them talking. But I wasn't like, I think they thought that I was like gone.
Deeply attractive.
He's so smart. He's so deeply attractive. He's so well-spoken. He's built, I mean, I'm just looking at him the whole time thinking, you're like the full fucking package, dude.
The very first time Pumps met Hassan, we arrived at his house and she's like, oh my God, you're hot. And
I couldn't help it. It just came out.
Right out of the gates, Mrs. Robinson. And then we hung out with Hassan at the DNC and she would just march right up to him. She'd go, Hassan, you're just so handsome.
Yeah, and we'd get a picture and he'd be standing next to me. I'd be like, no. I want a full arm around. I want people to think
she made him.
That we're a couple.
She did.
I did. I mean, he's that cute.
I forgot that you did that.
I'm telling you right now, white women are the fedayeen. People forget, okay? Women do not hold up half the sky. Mao Zedong was right. They hold up 98% of the sky. What I mean by this is for younger content creators, for like influencers in general, and K-pop, like what is this entire industry built around? Teenage girls and permanent adoration. And then those teenage girls grow up and become ladies who have children, whatever. They become fully fleshed adult women, and then they are responsible for most of commerce. Women make, I think, I forget what the number is, but it's I believe it's like more than 75%, less than 90%, somewhere around there. Of all the consumer decisions being made in every household in the United States of America. Like women are the key to unlocking the revolutionary potential of the masses. It's straightforward. It's straight up true. They make all of the consumption purchases in the households, every household, regardless of like conservative, liberal, doesn't matter. They are massively important. So what you're saying is women be shopping? No, we're not going to be doing any of that. I'm just saying that like the real meta is that think about all of like the biggest celebrities that have like exploded in popularity even to this day, but like certainly back when, you know, someone could be like a global iconic figure like Justin Bieber. It was like teenage girls that made up the core fan base. And those teenage girls grow up and become adult women, and they still make up the core of all the commerce decisions that are being made, all the purchase decisions that are being made. They are the ones who are in the front lines of trends, and they are the ones who I think will be a formative. They will present an important force for what comes next. Swifties run the world. Yeah, that's why I can't like make fun of Taylor Swift too much because I get so scared. So it's great. I'm happy. Like Kyle Kalinske hit me up and was like, "Yo, the I've Had It ladies love you. I'm telling you, like." You know, the liberal Y moms are radicalizing, and I was like, Kyle, they've been on the ball. They've certainly gotten more radical in this last year post-election, but they have been there. You know, I had him on my stream. I had him on the show on the podcast, on the Fear and podcast years ago before the election. If you guys recall, they were at the DNC. They've been there. White women, the 53% or so that voted for Trump, y'all glaze It's too hard to watch. Yeah, no, that's the point. Do you not understand? Exactly. That is the point. They did. And you know who won? Donald Trump. That's the point I'm making. We got to swing that 53% in the opposite direction. That's what I'm saying. You are admitting the same point that I am making. Yes, I don't see the shift is what I'm saying. Well, I'm going to keep working on it. Okay, wait. Just wait. Just you wait. As a black girl, but okay. No, I feel you. I feel you. We just got to make these allegiances work. You know what I mean? Like, because you're already there. Black women have already been at the forefront of every fucking radical movement in this goddamn country in perpetuity throughout history. They also comprise the base of support already that directly goes to whatever the left version is. I say this all the time. I think, like, if the Democratic Party was a democratic socialist party, I think black women would still overwhelmingly still vote for that version as well. Like, they don't vote for the Democrats because the Democrats are perfectly in line with their worldview. They vote for the Democrats because that's like the best possible strategic voting that they can engage in for self-preservation out of the two options that are readily available. I'm a liberal wine mom, formerly conservative, started moving left after Trump was nominated in 2016. There are a lot of us. Yeah, I think so too. And it's just it's one of the demographics of consequence in this country. Make no mistake. Oh, damn, my Tom BILYEU debate/podcast came out. America is a source of endless greed. Impact theory with Tom BILYEU. I don't necessarily care about debt at all, Hassan. There's the problem. Capitalism isn't failing people. Dude, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that I went on this podcast. There's some HASAN heads that are working on the Tom BILYEU podcast. This guy is like an entrepreneur guy. I didn't know what it was when I went on, but I thought, you know, of course I'll go on this. This seems great. Like I'll go on any podcast like that. You know what I mean? Especially ones that like focus on, you know, entrepreneur stuff like that. But I didn't realize how much of the focus of it was going to be on like capitalism versus socialism. But what I thought was really interesting was that like you got a guy like Tom BILYEU, who is an entrepreneur podcast guy, actively talking about how we got to find solutions to the current system. That's a good start. His answers are, in my opinion, far too focused on like the issue of debt. Having said that, however, the very fact that he is even recognizing that there is a major issue is good. It's not bad. It's good, because this is the type of guy who is normally supposed to tell you like everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. There is no problem. There are no problems. Everyone needs to shut the hell up. You get to eat McDonald's burger every day. There's never been a better time to be alive than right now. Like, that's the Steven Pinker method, right? Like, this is the grind harder guy, right? If the grind harder guy is all of a sudden moving the issues away from individual responsibility back to systemic flaws, that means that, you know, even rich people are starting to recognize, even rich people who make a living off of saying, you know, you just got to work your way through the system, are recognizing that there is a genuine issue. Are you sure he's not just going where the wind takes him? I don't know. 40K is crazy work. What do you mean? Oh, you're saying like all these podcast appearances? Yeah, I did. I've had it. I did this podcast a while back. I mean, this past week. And then on top of that, I did Al Jazeera too. Dude, I'm unemployed and I can't keep up with you. Yeah, man. I do media appearances, podcasts. I'm all over the goddamn place, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, we got a bunch of media appearances in the books too, in the works. I was on Al Jazeera, The Take, Twitch to Politics, Hassan Piker on Gaza and the U.S. right wing. I went on the podcast, The Take. That was cool. That's on video too. Yeah, dropping off 80K worth of podcast appearances like it's nothing, dude. You already know, 20K a pop. I am emailing Al Jazeera. They need to know you're an anti-Semite, bro. Yeah. The mega charm offensive is beautiful. It's not even a charm offensive. I don't think you guys understand. I say no to a litany of different media opportunities with regular frequency because I just simply don't have enough time. So these past couple of weeks, I've had the time to do this stuff. And ultimately, Patrick Bet David. He reached out. initially I think they wanted me to do like one of the Valuetainment Network podcasts to you know, work my way up to, and I was like, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Like it's either Patrick or bust. And so we might do something like that as well. We might do a Patrick Bet David, dude. My goat. I can't wait to see Vinny in person. He's gonna probably try to kill me, but you know, that's exciting. Yeah, the JAAM episode is out as well. Hasan Piker eats cake with a spoon. Obviously, there's that too. Were there any media appearances that gave you huge engagement spikes? No, it doesn't work like that. It never works like that. I'm too established in my career at this point for me to see like a huge spike. That works for like someone who goes on the Joe Rogan Experience, and before then they have like maybe a smaller podcast or something and they make a big impact. That doesn't at this point. People know who I am, and you know, people have made up their minds. You know, there's always new people coming in for sure, but that's not how it works. Like, for example, I'll tell you this much: none of the mainstream appearances actually end up bringing people to watch the Twitch stream at all. Like, not even a little bit. However, mainstream appearances are good because that's what all the, you know, the marketing managers and the media executives, like, they are the ones who are actually tapped into that. The unks who are totally removed from this side of the universe. Like, they are so oblivious to this kind of stuff. So they see it. So then in their minds, they're like, oh, that's a person. That's a person I've heard of. And it's just like you're top of mind. And then they think about like maybe a project that they're working on. And then in that process, they're like, oh, Hasan could be a good person for this, right? But overall, I don't mind doing this stuff. I don't mind going anywhere and everywhere as long as it's within my bandwidth. What is this? Funded by Liquid Death? Shut up. Talking Points funded by Liquid Death? Don't believe this Kirk bitch. Funded by Liquid Death with Zoran fucking Marxist racist. Bait. It's funny how stupid a lot of my haters are, that like even the average person at this point goes, dude, they're just drinking fucking water. Like, what's wrong with you? Genuinely baffling that you criticize capitalism yet you participate in capitalism is such a salient dunk in moron circles. Like, I think the point is that these people are already wealthy. They don't need to do shit like this. They could have just had tap water in the counter instead. When you're struggling to make ends meet, sure, be turbo capitalist. But when you're a literal millionaire, don't take corporate brand gigs while complaining about corporations. Like, this person has fantasized that I've gotten a brand deal here by Liquid Death to do this stream or something, and it's just wrong. But they're done. They've already made up their minds. There are so many people like this who just unironic. This has been popping off. I don't know what happened. But this has been, a lot of people have been posting this footage over and over again, this photo over and over again, to be like, a lot of blue chicks were posting this over and over and over again, being like, hell yeah, dude, these guys are fucking getting sponsored streams and all this shit. And it's like, no, we're just drinking water, man. Like, it just happens to be Liquid Death water, but we're not. Wouldn't Mamdani have had to disclose it if he appeared in it? Yeah, of course. Mamdani is a public servant that is like literally running for office at this point. This is before the New York primaries. This would be completely illegal. Like, the simplest thing is when you see a photo like this from a stream, when you see a snapshot of a stream like this, your mind shouldn't automatically go to, oh, is there a brand deal that these guys got? It should probably go to, oh, they're just drinking Liquid Death because that was what was available in the store. But the thing is, like, the dumber my haters get and the dumber the broader public gets, the more salient positions like this become. You can just like make an idiotic take like this and it will go fucking viral, and it doesn't matter. People have already made up their goddamn minds on it. So they just go along with it over and over and over again. Many such cases. I mean, my response to it did go fairly viral as well. Love the product placement during a discussion of how capitalism ruins everything. I said, we're literally just drinking water, man. It's true. Socialism means no water. This is the real Watergate. It's indicative of the reality that they can't find something that's real. So they just have to fantasize about something that's not real. That even if it was real, doesn't even fucking actually make sense. Like, even if I did a branded fucking stream, not with Zoran because he's an elected official, but like, even if I personally did a fucking Liquid Death sponsored stream, like, the fuck do you mean? What does that have to do with socialism? You know? Like, that's not even an immoral thing. So you're wrong on that front too, but you're doubly wrong because it's not even a sponsored stream. It's so funny because, like, you'll look at these guys' profiles and they're like following the worst, like, sex pests. They'll be like conservative. And then they're following, you know, they voted for Donald Trump and they're following a litany of different, like, right-wing pedophiles and shit. And it's like, dude, just focus on your own shit. You know what I mean? Please. But it is funny because, like, we joke sometimes when we say, like, socialism means no house, whatever, right? And people will be like, no, it's just like, if you are even advocating for marginally better society, that means, like, you can't actually, that means I get to dictate what kind of house you live in, right? Or how much money you make. And then they will unironically try to do debates around this process. And at that point, you're just basically fighting against the dumbest people. You're fighting against, like, their own hallucinations. But if everyone is hallucinating in the same way, or if a significant number of people are hallucinating in that alternative reality, then I guess sometimes you just have to say something about it. Pretty sure there's a psyop going on right now to put a wedge between leftists. Way too much purity testing going on essentially for no reason. No, I think it's a part of the cycle. There is a lot of momentum right now for one of the pivotal issues that leftists have been on board with and have been right about for quite a while, Israel-Palestine. And therefore, when that happens, when we get to a point where you know, the people that have been consistently advocating were right, and on top of that, there is no real change happening, people start pulling in the ranks, and they start just, like, circling the wagons around one another and start attacking one another instead. It stems from a place of powerlessness. I say this all the time. This is normal. Liberals used to do that all the time in the first Trump administration when there was, like, obviously a lot of animosity against Trump, but no one could really do anything about it. So they just started infighting instead, thinking that this is a more productive outcome when it clearly isn't. That's the opposite of circling the wagons. I know. What is it called? Circular firing squad. Wagoning the circles. No, circular firing squad is what it is. Bro, please, this is not why we're frustrated with you. We just felt like you went on Kitty Glows with Does. Dude, I'm not even talking about that. What are you saying? We've moved past that point, brother. That's not even what I'm talking about. What are you saying right now? I can't even make a fucking broader point about, like, liberals fucking yelling at the left without some dude in my chat being like, nah, you don't understand. My criticisms are valid. I get it, dude. You were valid. I'm wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, please stop. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?